Last year I got a new job that flew me from Atlanta to LA on a work assignment. I was all alone in a new environment 2,000 miles away from home. Surprisingly, this was the best thing for me. I began focusing on self-improvement by learning finances, eating healthier, reading, exercising, just overall becoming a better person. However, anytime I went back to Atlanta, I would fall back into my old ways. This didn't sit well with me though, so I went on a search to find out why. Then, after months of looking, I found it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Richest Steve in Atlanta. If you're watching this, you're probably thinking about leaving your hometown, so I'm gonna give you the answer right at the beginning. Run as fast as you can and get out of there as soon as you get the opportunity. I've been out of my hometown since I started college at 18, with a few exceptions for some summers, and I did move back home after I graduated college until I found my job. After that though, I've been in California pretty much for the last year. Over this time, I've gone through major changes, and I feel like I wouldn't be the man I am today if I wasn't able to get away from home. I advise you also leave your hometown because in your current environment, you have already established a routine and relationships with the things around you. These connections then define the habits that you display in your everyday life. And trust me, breaking those habits will not be an easy task because of the certain cues you receive while in that environment. This means that your environment is holding you back and you don't even know it. You can't even grow because your current environment has served its purpose in your life. So if you want to form new habits, you need a new environment to form new relationships with. This concept is best explained by James Clear in Atomic Habits. He explains how our behavior is not defined by the objects in our environment, but by our relationships to those objects. Then how those relationships cue different habits. You see, we mentally assign habits to the location in which they occur in. The home, the office, the gym, and each location develops a connection to the habit and routines that we portray. This means we establish particular relationships to the things in our desk, the items in our kitchen, and the things in our bedrooms. We need to start thinking of our environment as being filled with relationships instead of being filled with objects. That way we can look at our environment and see how it affects our behavior. Think of it in how you interact with the space around you. For one person, you may consider the sofa to be a place where you can read a book for hours and hours and hours, while for another person, you consider the sofa a place where you would watch TV and eat ice cream after work. You see, people can associate the same location with different memories, thus having different habits. By understanding that the relationships we form with the locations around us cue different behaviors, we can see how a change in our environment will help ease the subtle triggers that nudge us towards our current habits. Instead of trying to build new habits in the face of competing cues, go to a whole new place, a new town, a new city, a new state, and create relationships there. Because honestly, associating new habits will be easier when there's no context behind it. For example, it can be hard to go to sleep early if you watch TV in your bedroom every night. Or it can be hard to study in the living room if that's the place where you play your PlayStation every day. However, when you step outside of your normal environment, you leave all your behavioral biases behind you. This means you aren't facing any environmental cues and you're able to build new habits uninterrupted. This is the answer I was looking for. It made me understand why in California practicing self-improvement was so easy, while every time I went back home I would spiral right back into my old habits. I was literally a different person every time I went back to Atlanta. In California, I associated my car with listening to audiobooks, the gym with leaving work, my bedroom with developing my YouTube, and the overall diet I had was way healthier where I picked mainly plant-based food choices. While in Atlanta, I would listen to Drake while I drove around. I didn't go to the gym at all, and I associated my bedroom with watching Netflix, playing the PlayStation, and overall being lazy. Then every time I went home, it cued my old food addictions to sweets, wings, and chicken Phillies. My diet went literally to a down south soul food buffet. So if you're thinking about getting out of your hometown or opportunity presents itself to get you out of your hometown, do it. Go make new relationships with the new environment that you're experiencing and use those to form healthier habits and show that through your behavior. It is literally an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself without the restrictions you've placed on yourself in your current environment. If you made it this far, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Also, if you still need a little push to get you out of your hometown, consider watching this next video on how to deal with change because we need you out of there ASAP. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, and riches. I'm out.